If you were living in North Korea and decided to escape this country, it was possible before Kim Jong-un came into office. But since the day Kim Jong-un got into power, this country is looking like a prison, and escaping it is extremely difficult. In the year 2011, it was the last year Kim Jong-il was in office. In that year, 2,706 people escaped this country. The next year, in the year 2012, this number came down and it got to 1,502. It slowly got lower and lower until we got to 2020 and only 229 people escaped North Korea. Before Kim Jong-un got into office, when his dad was the president, he already was adjusting the country. Before Kim Jong-il died, he started cleaning up the government, and that was to prevent a revolution after his father dies. Even though he started it, but the day he came into office, he started a bloodshed, more than what was needed. Because he was suspicious about a lot of people got executed because of him. When Kim Jong-un came into power, he was worried about the United States, and he would say, "They want to get rid of me and make this place another South Korea." Escaping this country since the start of the Korean War, all the way to when Kim Jong-un came into office, was getting easier and easier. But since the day he came into office, this number gets lower and lower. The first thing he did was make the DMZ a lot more strict, and he believed most of the people that escape North Korea go to South Korea, and when they enter South Korea, they spew a lot of negative propaganda against our country. Before Kim Jong-un, a lot of people would get in an old truck, pack a lot of people, and then they would crash into the fence and drive off to South Korea. But this way is no longer good. Not only is the fence bigger and stronger, before the wall, there's all types of mines, and there's spikes everywhere near the border, so every tire would get slashed. But Kim Jong-un was wrong. Most of the escapes happened towards China. The China-North Korean border is 1,400 kilometers long, and it's basically formed with two rivers. Most of the things smuggling in and out of the country happens in the North Korean-Chinese border. China is happy that North Korea exists. Because of North Korea, China doesn't share a border with the United States. Because South Korea doesn't have a border with China. Just like we said, the North Korean-Chinese border is formed with two rivers. They're pretty big rivers as well. You could find Chinese fishermen in these rivers as well, and sometimes they would even help the escapees get to China. This was okay until the year 2000. After the year 2000, China got mad and said close up your border, and that is why they sent the Chinese army to the border. Throughout the whole border, you could find the Chinese army, and they also announced that if we catch any North Korean escapees, we will send them back to North Korea. Even though China was this strict and they threatened that they would send anyone back to North Korea, the number of people that escaped got higher and higher. Until the year 2011, and there was no longer only the Chinese army. He started tightening up the border on the North Korean side. Before this, the North Korean border patrol would be okay with a little bit of money for bribery because they didn't have a lot of money. They might have even been okay with like $50, but the person that had $50, he was doing something big too. Kim changed all the border patrol officers, and he put more trusted people at work. And he also set a rule to the officers that if anybody accepts bribery, they will be sent to a labor camp, a place that you have to work until the day you die. Kim wasn't letting go. He said we have to tighten up these borders. With a lot of money, he made a road throughout the Chinese border. And that means on the side of a river, there's a road all the way throughout the border, which obviously makes the border more strict. He made the entire country more strict. He made it that if you talk anything negative about the emperor or the country, they will be arrested and will be sent to a concentration camp. There is another rule in North Korea that you should know about, that if you get caught and be sent to a concentration camp, your family has to come with you. Basically, if you have a mom and dad, they have to go with you. If you have wife and kids, they have to go with you. Brother or sister, the same. Basically, if you do anything wrong, 3 generations are screwed. Kim believes that if anyone does anything wrong, their family is gonna do that and become a traitor, and that ruins the people. One of the things that the North Korean government does is that the people that escape, they get in contact with them and tell them, we'll give you $45,000, give you a job and a home. We don't know if anyone actually escaped or not, but they brought in a few people and they claimed they came back from South Korea. And they showed them on TV and they said all sorts of negative things about South Korea and America. They would say the South Koreans are very racist, they don't accept North Koreans, and they won't even give us a job. Since the day Kim got into office, the group he hangs out with is a lot more tighter. He closed up the South Korean border and the Chinese border, and he created a country that even entering, escaping, or moving around is extremely difficult. With all this, there's a few people that still escape this country. But since Corona got introduced to the world, the North Korean rules got even more strict. When they tell you to not get out of your house in North Korea, they mean that. If you come out, you will be arrested, and we don't know what will happen to you. If someone has something important to do and has to leave home, you can't even travel 100 meters before you're confronted by an officer and they ask, what are you doing outside? Since Corona got introduced, you can't even leave your city. Don't even think about leaving the whole country. The stat we told you, and in the year 2020, only 229 people escaped. This year, it might go as low as 2-digit numbers because escaping this hellhole is damn near impossible. You could say the coronavirus really helped North Korea because it helped them not even be able to leave their own city. I don't know what else to say. Please let us know what you think about this.